Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we're back with FTRL GT1 for the regular season finale at Kyoto and Miyabi. So, heading into this one, after an excellent result for both Homer and Royston in GT2, we were basically already qualified essentially for the grand finale. Not that we weren't anyway, like we were heading there anyway, but we were officially qualified before this race even began, which meant we could do something a little bit different with this one. Yeah, Kyoto. A very interesting track. We haven't done this one for a few seasons. This version obviously is quite long. It's quite twisty, and with 5 times tire wear, it's a challenge tire wise. So yeah, heading into this is my best qualifying lap. This race is all about management, so I actually don't know how to really push on a lap, so to speak. I don't know how to wring the neck out of a lap here because it just feels so wrong on the tires. But anyways, we go for a P6. I think that ends up turning into P8 on the grid, I think. So I'm not quite sure, but anyways, that's the best lap we're going to do. Heading into this one, the 2-stop is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to hope it can beat the 3-stop, but and have one less pit stop instead. Some people are doing 4 stops, so yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. But we do have to drive to a pace, a delta. There's a way to drive this track with doing a 2-stop. So I wanted to go for it, and I was hoping that it can work out. So let's see how we get on. 5 red lights, and away we go. That's a decent start, to be fair. Going to pull alongside Dominic already, who chops me the fuck off. I was like, jeez, man. Yeah, that was a bit rude. Anyway, he almost loses on the curve. Then we've got a blue flag on our outside, so he's going to nip through here. Going to leave the space. He's going to nip through there. So okay, and then I can't get caught. Yeah, I should have downshifted to 4th here. I lost a bit of straight line speed. That's going to allow Lee into the equation. He's going to slip down the inside. I want to try and swing out and then swing back in, but it's just left a wide open door for Lee. And again, fighting with the tires, like it's a constant. You need to be in like the 219s, 220s really to make a 2-stop work. So down the inside, yeah, I think Lee was trying to avoid Simon, and now there's a 3-car. Oh dear, more contact. Now we're ahead of Lee, but now Will is through, and then there's a bit of a check out there. It's been a pretty eventful start, I have to say. It's been a tough one. So these aren't they just? Will mentioned that joked about Gran Valley. Then I accidentally hit Lee, and then wanted to make sure he didn't lose out a position as a result. And then there's a car. There's 2 cars, one on my left, one on my right, and heading down on the brakes. There goes one. There goes another. It's Contact McGee. So what? Jeez, man, what a first lap that was. That was ridiculous stuff. So a combination of a lot of different things, and we're down in 13th place, having started 8th. So yeah, not ideal. I will be honest, but anyway, yeah. Again, just it's all about managing the tires, and that's all there is to it. I have to get these to lap 10. It's lap 10. Lap 11, and then lap 21, and softs to the end. So you'll see how this goes. Lap number 2, Chubbs had a spin, and we get a position that way, and we gain another position on Joker then as a result of that mistake. So that's up to P11. So we're slowly cutting through, but the tyre wear will come back to us towards the end of this stint, and this would become apparent later. Will and who is that? That's Ross. A bit of a scrap, and we're gonna have a decent run on Will. Will's got good pace around here, so I decided I didn't want to fight. I want to save the tires, so I'm not gonna go for the move here. Will leaves the space, but I was like, it's fine. You don't have to. You can close that door. So again, I'm just managing to a pace, managing to a delta of sorts to try and get to lap 10 on this high fuel run. So yeah, lap 6. This is the part where I should have used the tires more. This is the part where if I was doing a 3-stop, I should have yeeted the tires the last lap and this lap. So these 2 Tango Ices who are fighting for the last playoff spot are working well together. So Anyways, but I'm just gonna. It suits nicely because I can just tuck in here. But like, if I had, like, I'm not even pushing. Like, if I had pushed, I could have definitely been in the 18s. And there's not a lot. Like, there's a few cars in front here. Like, still a little bit of a gaggle. So, yeah, and I can guarantee they have worse tires than I do. So, yeah, I think looking back, I think I could have done. Yeah. Oh, look, I will say if I had a do-over, I would have done the 3-stop, and that's not for spoilers. So that's the. I have to look back at this race in context and. Yeah, the 3-stop would have been the way to go. It's just the pit lane's too short here. And I just didn't. The delta between the times is too much in terms of pushing and saving. But anyway, we live and you learn. But we'll learn pretty quickly here as well. And you'll see at what point this becomes very obvious as well. Anyways, moving on into later lap 7. Sai here, we're in front. And then Witchel's just made a stop. So he's going to nip on through. So, yeah, he's already made his stop. And away he goes, rather. You have to make it up somewhere. But we've got another 3 laps or so to do. It's very close each in-lap when we get to it. But you can see, the pace difference because Sai's really struggling. This is where a lot of people pit at lap 7. Again, I was going for the 2-stop, so we're going to go a bit further. Sai has a big moment there, but he's coming into the box anyway. Tires are ripped through if you push them. Like, you could easily do them after 3 laps. 3-4 laps if you're really pushing. Lap 9 into lap 10. We got Rom, who's made his stop already. He's doing a 3-stop, and then my teammate Tom just behind. So, again, the purpose of just doing a 2-stop. I just wanted to try something different and just see if it could work. Like, it worked well at Suzuka, and I thought maybe there's a chance it could go well here. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it become apparent where it really does become apparent where we're at. I don't want to hold Tom too much up here in the dirty air, so I want to let him go. They're chasing Witchell, so Rom's got good pace here today. Rom's got very, very good pace. Pushing wise, I don't know. Sorry, later this lap then, Pagani's doing a 4-stop, goes on through as well. So I don't know. Like, I didn't have the measure of Lee when we had this. We did this track last in the Aston, so I don't know. Maybe I'm missing a trick here in terms of how to push the tires and how to get the most out of this track. But anyways, lap number 10, the tires died on the last lap, but we eventually got through. And going to stick on those mediums and then go to lap 21 and then we'll go to the end. So yeah, coming out of the pits then you're going to see where we end up. We're basically at the back, so we're going to make up some time pitting up one less on one less occasion. So we nip ahead of Marley just as we did Marley nipped ahead actually when we were at Suzuka, but anyways, that's where we are. Quite a bit back, of course, but plenty of time left to this race. So I had no idea how it was going to go up to this point, but lap 15, we kind of really begin to reel in some people now based on the tyres, and obviously they're coming towards the end of their second stints as well. There's Carmine inside, which is Lee. Lee is fighting here. Now Lee is the measure here because he is doing a 3-stop, and now at this point we both have one more stop to make in this race, and because Lee's just come into the pits. And yeah, at this point, I mean, look at the gap. Like lap 21, Lee pulled out 14 seconds in this stint, and he's got to make another stop as well. So, and he's in the box now. So yeah, like that was like, it was like, oh shoot, this really wasn't the right thing to do. So now, like, Lee's pace was good here, don't get me wrong, but 14 seconds in that amount of time in 6 laps, yeah, there was a clear mistake that was made with this one. But look, there was margin to try it, and I wanted to try it. And we are on softs. If I had done a regular 3-stop with softs, and we are up to 8th place, so we have made up significant ground from where we were in the first stint. So we have done that, and Lee's pace is good. We just haven't made enough. Lap number 24. So I don't know if Chubbs was 10 seconds when I came out of the pits. He's on mediums and he is struggling. Now the unfortunate thing is Pagali's just made his 4th stop and he's less than 4 seconds behind. So I was like, oh shit, that's going to be tough. So yeah, that's a difficult one. But yeah, if we'd done the 3-stop with softs, I think we could have been in a really good spot. But yeah, it was the wrong choice. Lap 27 though, we have a convergence of Captain Chubbs, myself and Pagani, all on very similar tyre life, I would say, at this point. Although I think Chubbs has definitely run out of his tyres because the gap came down quite quickly. I think from that 6-second range to 3-second range, it ended up coming down very, very quickly. I pushed a little bit more because I knew Pagani was coming, and I was like, I need to try and pull something here. He would shred through his tyres, but I had to push a bit more. So I know I was conscious I was going to run out of fuel or tyres in this last lap. He's got a little bit more right now, and he's going to go down the inside. I go very deep there, but he's going to go down the inside. I don't think I could have really repelled him, but I didn't really see him as my battle. It was Chubbs I saw as my battle here, and we've got a chance again because at least even though we're both on dead tires, he's on mediums at least. I'm on softs, and that will stand to me one way or another. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. We're going to go on board for this last lap. Once again, I believe for the third time this season, we have a scrap with Chubbs on the last lap, but this time I'm the one chasing, unlike the other two times. So added to the collection of last lap scraps that included Rom at Trial Mountain, Lennon at Road Atlanta twice. So yeah, anyways, again, get a nice and tight to this line here. The real chance is going to come in sector 3, I think. But if I can get through, I think I could pull away. So, yeah, very, very tight. Pagani's run out of tyres at this point as well. So, but he's a bit too far forward. You can see the guys, Rom and Tom, had to secure podiums for themselves. So they did very, very well. But we're in the middle of an intense scrap, and this exit is going to be key. Just hold it. There we go, and then we can get on the throttle. Deciding we could go for a lunge here, and I go pull out to this right hand side late on, but nothing doing. But I'm going to hug this inside, a little bit of contact there, and we're going to pull alongside, and then Chubbs gets a better exit, and we're going to tuck in. This hairpin may be the last chance, if not the last corner. So anyways, Chubbs goes defensive. I shape to the inside. I'm going to go for the space, get the car stopped, turn in, and get the move done. Very, very good. I'm very happy with that. But it's not over yet. Chubbs side by side. We've seen how this goes before. Didn't end too well in Dragon Trail Seaside Reverse, but we do get through. Cover the inside this time. Yeah, he's forced to the outside. Can't go for the lunge. We're going to rotate the car in, and we are going to secure this P7. So lost one position on the last lap, gained one on the last lap.
I pushed it.
And P7 is not too bad. Again, I feel like I did miss the trick with the 3-stop. The 2-stop wasn't quite worth it. Lee finished quite a bit ahead in the end. But yeah, about 40. Again, the same margin, 14 seconds or so. But there you go. That's the last race of the regular season. P7 to finish here. So yeah, look, it was good to experiment, have the margin experiment, and not have to worry too much about having to nail a result out like we did last season for the grand finale. We did make that. So happy days. Tom got himself a podium. So that was good stuff. Anyways, here are the final standings for the regular season. We secured the Pro-Am title back in Suzuka. 10 points to Lee in the end, who had a pretty good second half of the season in the Pro-Am category. So, yeah, good job from him. And Rom then salvaging some points at the end after missing a few rounds here and there. So, there's the final standings for the main table. Third place, 2 Jaeger dive bombs in the top 3. Very pleased about that. It's been a really good season. This is not one of my better races, admittedly, but yeah, very, very good stuff. Very pleased. Top 3 is by far the best result I could hope for in FTRL up to this point. Like, I don't think we'll be challenging for titles just yet, but anyway, very happy about that. We had a really good season. Yeah, and very much established ourselves as the best pairing in GT1. Here's the final standings from week 1 to 9. 901 points. We absolutely smashed it. 3 race wins, 2 for Tom, 1 for Homer. And yeah, convincingly the best team after the 9 weeks. But that is not how the final championship is decided. I think there is something to be said for the fact we were the best team comfortably after 9 weeks, and we were last after week 1, because Tom didn't get to race the first week at Trial Mountain. But there is a grand finale event to be had. The top 3 teams, Jaeger Dive Bombs, Vaseline, Sneak Energy, automatically go through. Tactics, Rothmans, and Tango Ice Fast, they went and then contested a Group 2 race at Interlagos over 40 laps. In the end, Rothmans won by 1 point to secure their place in the grand finale. So that's Lee, Joker, Oblivion, and oh gosh, I'm blanking on who Lee's teammate is in GT1. I'm blanking on. I do apologize, but anyways, that's sorry. Lee has none at the moment. It's a Pine. Pine ended up standing in for the last for the 2 races here to end. But anyways, then yeah, so there's Rothmans, Vaseline, Jaeger, and Sneak. So we're going to the grand finale. That's our next destination. Group 1 cars around Daytona, and that is the stakes. Winner essentially takes all. The team that scores the highest on the night wins the season 22 championship. So that's where we're at. We're going to be taking part in that, and very excited for our chances there. It's going to be tough, but yeah, should be a fun one. Group 1, Daytona. Love Daytona. It's a good track. It's been good to me. And I'm looking forward to the challenge of Group 1 cars. But that's going to do it for weeks 1 to 9, the regular season of GT1 season 22. Next up, the grand finale. Thanks for watching, and until next time.